The East Kinston hood or ghetto. Once upon a time, the East Kinston hood was known all over North Carolina as a place you did not want to be, as one of the most dangerous places in the nation. How I remember those days. Now, in the 80s, it was wild. Of course, I didn't go into the hood back then. I was too young, and I would have been too scared. Even in 1995, some people paid me to drive them home, and they drove me to the hood, and I was scared as shit. I was scared. I wanted to get the hell out of there as quickly as possible. And in my haste to get out, I was going the wrong way down a one-way street. I was finally glad when I was able to drop them off and get their gas money. Yeah. But the hood. Shootings went on there. I've heard the claims. I cannot verify them. About the whores. But I've heard the stories about Big Red, the police officer, and that place used to be wild. The police officer would go down there and catch them with an illegal type of switchblade, and he'd take it from them, break it, and give it back to them. But in 2004, I lived at the Hotel Kinston. That's technically on the east side of Kinston. So close to the hood, you could walk to the hood. It's a block from the hood. So one summer afternoon, I had a sense of wanderlust. I got onto my bicycle. What does it look like in the hood? I asked myself. So I started riding through the hood. I'm crossing the hood. That crossed, and I was riding. I kept running. I crossed deep in the hood. When you cross Martin Luther King Boulevard, you're deep in the hood. I was seeing things that made my mouth want to drop open wide and wonder. Wow! Some of the houses, the way the houses looked, old style houses, the abandoned houses, the abandoned church, the abandoned car wash, an abandoned 2-story mansion. Well, it used to be a bed and breakfast, I think. I don't know. But I called it the Freddy Krueger mansion because every time I saw that place, it reminded me of the Freddy Krueger's house in the Nightmare on Elm Street. So I called it the Freddy Krueger mansion. I used to like to pretend Freddy Krueger lived there in the hood. But the first day in the hood riding through, some black guy came out of his house and yelled at front of his front door, "Get out of here!" So I rode for my first time. Wow, that was awesome. That was fucking awesome. So I did it again. I gradually worked my way to being brave enough to ride there through the hood at night. My goal was to be able to drive as far as the Simon Bright's apartments in the night. And I finally did that. My grandma had told me, "Chris, you stay out of that hood." Simon Bright, when my brother moved into the Simon Bright's, yes, my brother with his girlfriend moved into Simon Bright's apartments. And Grandma said, it's safer in the front, but towards the back of Simon Bright's, you do not want to be back there. There's gangs. But there was an abandoned car wash. Yes, an abandoned church. That place looked like East LA. There are whores walking the streets. There's an abandoned bus station. It's still there, fortunately. It used to be a Greyhound bus station. An abandoned bus station. Abandoned 2 stories of houses. There's two abandoned churches. 2 abandoned churches. Now the main strip, the most dangerous strip, was Atkins Street, and they had, but people in the hood knew me. Oftentimes they'd ask me to. The brothers would ask me to rap for them. The kids used to love it when I'd come down there. Hey, do that rap song again. Do that rap song. The kids loved it. And in fact, when I went to jail in 2014, someone from jail came up, tall black guy, gave me a hug. He remembered me when he was a kid, when I used to go into the hood back in 2004, 2005. So I had a friend because I went into the hood. Now, I didn't tell my mom and dad that I did this because they would have been afraid. Eventually, they found out, and they didn't like it, but they prayed for me. They wrapped me up in prayer. But man, I could go into a fantasy world like Peter Pan to the land of Neverland when I went into that hood. The Freddy Krueger mansion. Those abandoned buildings. Hey, I even did my part. I even spray painted some graffiti on the walls. I wanted to spray paint some more graffiti eventually. But then, something terrible happened. Something terrible happened. Something terrible. They tore down the Freddy Krueger mansion. The hurricane came and gave the city a wet blowjob. And boy, did this hurricane suck a bad dick. It fucked up the abandoned car wash. Hey, I remember one time before all this, I was driving past the abandoned car wash early one summer night, and there were two black kids with a punching bag in front of the abandoned car wash practicing their boxing. One time, 5 drug dealers at the grocery store in the hood, which is no longer there, they tore that down. They tore that bitch down. Called me over and wanted to sell me whatever I wanted. I thought I was a panhandler also, so I want some money. And they cussed me out and told me to get out of here. And they were so stupid, they did not see the red light in my video camera when I was recording. They were so stupid, they probably got busted and went to jail. Anybody that stupid for me to be holding my camera, recording them, and they totally missed it. And I put that shit on YouTube, and that shit's still on YouTube, goddammit. One time, but there were some really friendly people in the hood. Really friendly, really good people. There were some good people in the hood. Older people, older women would say hey. The kids would ask me to rap from them, like I said. Even the young bucks would have asked me to rap for them. They wanted to be on my YouTube channel. But like I said, they started tearing down. Now, back in the days, you could ride past the field in Derby, it would be littered with 40-ounce bottles. Now, it's such a beautiful sight to me. Such a beautiful sight, all that litter. That place looked like the bad side of East LA. And you see, I had self-esteem and I can go into that hood. Even the cops told me they wouldn't be caught down there without their guns. If they were off duty, they wouldn't be caught down there. So that made me feel good about myself. I was braving in one respect than those big bad cops. So the fact that I could go into the hood multiple times and they accepted me as one of them, there's some self-esteem. But now, my heart literally aches. Literally aches that I cannot go down to the hood today and see the abandoned buildings, the abandoned church. Now it's starting to look respectable, and that breaks my heart. That fucking pisses me off. That fucking shit pisses my ass off some kind of fucking badly. I want my old hood back. I want my hood back. I want the hood back the way it was in 2004. No, I want it back the way it was in 1989. Before the hurricanes flooded out the really bad section. They used to have a trailer park in the hood, deep in the hood. And I'm told, I can't verify that, it was really bad. Really bad. Whores, drug dealers. Since it was a trailer park, I imagine it was trailer trash out of the yin yang. Not just trailer trash. Poverty, black trailer trash. Now, when I say black, I'm not talking about race. I'm talking about poverty. Trailers that were in disrepair. So they already had a chip on their shoulder down there because they were living in shitty conditions. I never got to see it back then because I never got to see that part of the hood, because by the time I was going to the hood, those parts, the trailers had been either removed, or there was a few trailers, abandoned trailers back there. I went back there and explored around them, but the place was overgrown with with trees and weeds. But it was fascinating to go in that hood. That hood was fascinating. Fascinating to go in there. I love that hood. I want my old hood back. But what I really want back is my old trails back. My old childhood home. I want the church that they tore down. Benjamin Franklin Dirt Road. I want Benjamin Franklin Dirt Road back. St. Peter's Free Baptist Cinder Block Negro Church. I want my trail back that I made. But since I couldn't have my trail, I could go into fantasy land of the hood, and it was like, wow, I could escape this miserable shit-coated real world and go into the hood. And wow, it was like another world back in the 80s. Wow, so awesome, so close to looking like Mexico back in the good old days. But now the hood today, it fucking sucks. Where are the gangs? Where are my gangs out down there? Where are the whores? And trust me, I don't want to touch no fucking whore, but where are the drug? I mean, damn. You go down there, it's you hardly see any brothers. You don't see groups of brothers anymore hanging out. God damn it, I want my old goddamn hood back. God damn it. Do I have to move to a place in Los Angeles and start riding my bicycle through Compton to get that magic feeling back? Oh no. I went to Compton one time with my friend and I was so underwhelmed. Where's the fucking graffiti? Where's the whores? Where's the gangs? All I saw was homeless people, a shitload of homeless people in downtown LA. Why can't I go back into the 80s? I'd love to relive the 80s one more time. And as I would make my mark in that goddamn hood in Kinston, North Carolina. I would have my video camera and I would have a video footage so I can always go back to Fantasyland in my videos. I miss my hood. But what I really want is I want my goddamn hair transplant. I want to be a good looking guy. I want those long fronts. I want the top-notch girlfriend who loves me. I want my hood back. My heart aches for the way the hood used to be. And the police, well, we had to get rid of those buildings because bad people can use those buildings. That's just the point. I remember one time I was riding my bicycle through the hood past the Freddy Krueger mansion, and there was about 10 or 11 blacks seated just in the yard. And the yard and the lawn was already overgrown with grass and weeds. They were just standing around. I can't remember whether they were standing or sitting, but they were just. They saw me, I saw them. Unfortunately, I was not videotaping. That sucks because that would have made some riveting footage. They saw me, I saw them, and it was just like they didn't mind. I didn't mind. I thought it was cool. I can't remember if we said hey to each other or not. I can't remember that, but yeah. I miss the old Freddy Krueger mansion. I miss it. I miss the 2-story house, Victorian style abandoned house. I miss the shitloads of beer bottles in the fields. I miss being able to see whores. I never did really see much dealers except that time those dealers, those 5 drug dealers tried to sell me some shit. I videotaped them. Oh, one time in the hood, an old man came out, grasped my hand with his, and he thought he was gonna sell me some. He was giving me some crack or something. I'm like, I don't want to buy this. He's like, okay. He thought he was gonna get to sell me some fucking crack. But I do not smack of crack. I do not do drugs. I do not do alcohol. The only drug I do is this here damn coffee right here. But that is why I used to go into the hood. It was another world. A supposedly dangerous world. A world where white people were afraid to go. A world where I was better than the tough guys because even the tough badasses wouldn't have done what I did. Riding to that hood at night. As late as 1 in the morning. So that made me feel like an alpha male. Even if I was. Even if I the only thing that would have made me completely fulfilled about this episode of my life is if I had been jumped by 4 or 5 gang members and had been somehow able to kick their asses and walk out with my head held high, having at least not one of them on their asses. Now, had I been able to do that, it would have been more than just an illusion that I was somebody. Just because I could go into the hood and come out multiple times in one piece. Maybe God's angels were watching me after me. But if I could have just one time if I could have just gotten into 3 fights and won each time, or at least held them to a draw, I would have such good memories. If I had been, I wish to God I had been jumped by a gang of 5 and somehow been miraculously able to beat them down, beat all 5 of them, at least beat all 5 of them off, at least beat them off of me enough so I didn't have to leave until I was damn sure ready to leave. They had the conceit I was going to stay there and they couldn't make me leave. If I could have just beat their asses. And there would have been tough guys. Not some pussies, but some tough guys. Man, I would be so happy today. Alpha male, baby. Now if I'm just can get the hair transplant and become a good-looking guy. I think God's allowed my arms to grow. So I'm so happy I got the long arms finally. Finally I'm getting the long arms. Long forms and those long armed top-notch girls. And that makes me so goddamn happy. You just don't know it. It makes me happier than I would be. It makes me happier having the long arms than it would make me happy if I had won the $10 million lottery. No joke. The price of being happy with yourself, priceless. Fuck the goddamn $10 million. Give me the long arms. Give me the goddamn hair transplants. Making me a foxy, good-looking guy. Let me see and be seen by shitloads of top-notch girls. Spit. Now I'm so happy. So fulfilled. Feel so complete. And I would carry that with me to my dying day. That sense of pride. Like a soldier who fought in World War II. Feels when we won World War II. Do you understand me?